So I want you guys to ask yourself a question that took me 40 years of my life to ask. Because again, in school, I was never taught to use my brain. I was taught to just take information, answer the multiple choice questions, and operate in my life the way that school tells me that life is supposed to be. The question that I asked myself when I started making a lot of money, and I was going to accountants and CPAs that I was paying a lot of money, right, to do taxes and things like that. Why are we going to people that make less money than us? I don't know anybody that has an accountant that makes more money than they do. Yet, when we become successful, right, and we want to pay less in taxes, we go to people that went to school, passed the test, because let's be real. School does not teach you anything. It tells you a bunch of information, and then you are given a multiple choice exam at the end, and your ability to memorize that and answer the question determines on if you become a doctor or a lawyer or an insurance agent like I am, right? That's what the professionals are. The professionals that we go to, right? We go to fat doctors all the time because people just go to school, memorize information, and now they're the people that we go to. So the question that I ask myself is, why do I keep going to people that make less money than me to tell me how to manage my money? And that is what sent me down the rabbit hole, to learn about trusts, private law, sovereignty, and how I came to all the conclusions that I have and why I teach what I teach now. So if you're like me and you're out there and you're working your ass off, think about who you're taking financial advice from, because most of the people that we pay for advice that are professionals, that are a part of the system, right? A part of the narrative, which the narrative is pay your taxes, right? Those people, they're just making money. They have jobs, right? They went to school, they got a job, they did what mom and dad taught them to do. Most of them, they don't even understand what it is that they're doing. So the reality is that when you start asking questions about why you're doing the things you're doing, and you start actually thinking, a lot of the things that we do don't make a whole lot of fucking sense. Love you all.